And hello. And yeah, like this is just a. I want this to share, to express. I have this sort of. Yeah, I feel stuck. Like. Yeah, like everyone blames me for it. Like, everyone tells me what to do, what I should be doing. Like, I feel so pushed around whenever I try to get out in the world. Like everyone wants sort of me to, they want me to do something, but they don't even consider what I want to do. They don't ask me what I want to do. They just tell me what I should be doing. Who knows what is best for me? How, like, who knows what is, how a life is supposed to be like? That's the thing I get. Like, my parents did it to me, and like almost all the health practitioners or psychologists, not all of them, but plenty of them, like tell me what to do and how to live a life, a healthy life, or how to have healthy beliefs, or yeah, like it is invalidating me, like it is hurting me. Like they are telling, no, you should live this life this way, and like they might not even be aware of themselves doing it, and yeah, to me that's just hurtful. Like, why have I done anything? Like, most likely that's, and then people say, oh, just be with that sensation, be with that feeling. Again, telling me what to do. Maybe it's my ego just trying to, you know, just keeping me in a survival state, so that ego can feel powerful. But I doubt that actually. I have tried getting out there. I tried archery. I have tried what is it called, table tennis. I have tried chess, playing chess in a chess club, and the table tennis I tried that it was in a club as well, and I also tried. What does that try? That wasn't many things as I thought it was. Oh yeah, I was in another sort of group, but nah, that wasn't for me. Like I had tried this, well, some stuff, but here's the thing: I have tried enough stuff to get the feel of how something works in the system. Like any sort of sports club or club in general that is geared towards, in society, are competitive because they compete with other clubs. Like chess club, for example, they have this these contests, not contests, but they're tournaments, if you call them that. Like they have these sort of annual-ish sort of who is the best player and who is the best sort of club, and like we can beat them this time. I don't have that. Like I lack that sort of winning edge that I have to be better than them. So when I played there, I felt like they just crushed me. Like because of my sort of relaxed style of being, I just want to have fun and just allow people in. But no, in a competitive setting, when you allow people in, they are going to crush you, use you, do everything they can in their power to win. In a competitive setting, I just can't survive. And in this sort of shadowy masculine traity world, I can't go out there like that. And So yeah, like almost all sort of sports, no matter how much I have an interest for ball sports, as long that there is this sort of competitive winning edge, sure I can get fired up once in a while, but it isn't sort of innate to my being. Like, sure, I winning is a bonus if I can sort of feel that I can win, but I do want to play with you, not to win. Like, well, sort of. I do want to win sometimes, but at the same time, I want to. I know the feeling of losing, and that is why I want to play at like their level. If I notice that I have a, it's like if I notice that I'm leading, I am going to stay there to let them keep up with me. I am going to stay at the leading edge to let them come, to me, that they can get to that sort of same sort of place, if you will, so that they can feel that I am not crushing. Like, I am simply allowing them to learn at their own pace, even if I might lose or make a mistake by doing so. And like, but at least challenging enough, to do things like that. And this is what sort of those chess beings, they didn't do that to me. Like, they want to win. They saw me as a new coming. They have this sort of hardness of it as toughen up and lose again and again and again till you get this. But I can't. Why? Because I don't have that winning edge. Like, I can't win genuinely without it. Like, it isn't in my nature. And that's goes for all sports, as I said. And then follow your passion, you might say. Like, follow your joy and happiness. Yeah, I have heard that like several times before. Again, telling me what to feel, telling me what to do. Like, that's your way of doing things. Like, sure, I do want joy and I do want happiness. But the kind of joy and the kind of happiness I have observed is distraction. Like, it is over the top distraction. Like, that happiness is dependent on outwardly things. It is dependent on a career you're living, like beings around you, not from your own sense of self, but from the sense of everything outwardly. Like, and everyone loves that, and you know, look, I can't. No, I am so freakishly open to everyone's thing. Like, I like a clean sheet of paper. Now imagine a pen coming closer, and they see this clean sheet, and they like want it to be something. Why? Because they want to be happy. They want to be happy, and what makes them happy? By being in such a way to make others have their own way of happy or joy. But for someone who is genuinely open, like fairly all the time, to me it would be like they want me to be like them. They want me to be in their happiness. But let me tell you that most likely your emotional health bar was set a lot higher than mine. Surely it is ego again. That higher, lower, but everything is sort of in a vibratory state. And in this case, like the emotional bar, like in health wise, I am telling you, either you are sort of like I am telling you again that most likely you have had some positive experiences. If you have a child, sure, then no, apologies, scratch that, because I was born. Like, that's how I was born. The, my parents were barely interested in having a child. They barely put any emotional interest at all. Not that they couldn't, because they couldn't. Like, they themselves, were suffering so much emotional pain. They couldn't healthily, be with anyone. And, sure, sometimes in some areas they did show a very strong positive, feeling. Like, we all have our positives and negatives, but when it came to closeness and, when raising a child, closeness is everything. Like, the child is going to feel it, everything, especially when you are this sort of a blank sheet of paper. The child is going to be faced with everything. Like, it is unavoidable. And when the parents aren't interested in that sort of closeness, the child is going, that clean sheet of paper is going to be riddled with, beliefs marks and all kinds of clutter and, drawings of stuff that isn't genuinely theirs. And this openness, it is so unappreciated, because when someone is that open, you're gonna bet you're going to be faced with your own sense of inner self. And this is why sort of I throw off pretty much everyone. If I seek help or aid from sort of a practitioner of psychology or any sort of health field, they might have an idea because of their sort of status as a this or that. I have this training, I have this. They believe they know more than the regular. They want to help. They want to, get them to be more healthy in their way, not to understand the others. Here's the key: a true practitioner of health of any kind is going to want to know the other person, to understand them. That's the only way they can truly, genuinely help. And a 1 hour session to do so, it is insufficient. It won't be enough. But plenty of people consider themselves way beyond, because especially in the spiritual community, where spiritual gifts like clairvoyance, clairsentience, all things clair, are present. They are putting themselves up to be there, and I can see that. No. It is almost as if you have no chance of talking or questioning them, because they have had those abilities for so long. They simply don't question them anymore. They don't question themselves, and they just have that status that, yep, I am a psychic, I am a medium, I am this, and you have no right or thing to say because I know exactly everything. That is how I feel when I sort of seeking help for most beings. And again, I'm telling you, I know I might sound just the same as I am saying, but at least I am admitting to it. That I am this open and I can feel them. And but the thing is, question yourself. Even if you have a status, question that status. And this is the I'm just telling you, I am so but then again, why don't you just follow your joy and be this sort of practitioner yourself of health or well-being of some kind? I dislike status. Like, that status isn't serving me. Like, no matter how much statuses I get, it, it doesn't mean anything to me when I am this open. Like, that status is just going to be flowing through me. Like, it's just, like, nah, it doesn't mean anything to me. Like, I believe myself to be more on a feeling based reality path, if you will. I was born like that. Like, I had difficulties, going out in the world physically when, when, like, going out in the world physically is like, no, what I want to offer is a feeling experience. But beings in this world simply do not want it. Well, at least unconsciously. Because of beliefs. They believe themselves to, be all of this. And they're feeling things. Like, people do want what I have to offer. But they are so freaking scared of admitting it. They are so scared of going anything near this openness and sort of care. An interesting thing about myself that I found out recently, that I watched Teal's video about finding your negative imprint and then reverse it. Well, not reverse it, but then you almost like its opposite end. Or finding the antonym, I believe it was. What I found when I searched on invalidating or invalidate, because that's basically my whole life. They invalidated me being alive most of the time, emotionally speaking. And what I found, the last word on the antonyms list was revive. There were others as well, but that resonated with me so much. Like, revive. It just, yes, that. It's like, when I can come back from this, imagine a child barely being able to have felt any sort of positive experience when it comes to emotional closeness. Never being given love, like, unconditionally. Never being sort of caringly touched. Like, that's almost an impossibility. You cannot, if you have sort of an emotional trigger to physical touch, that is how a child is going to feel. You can throw your body at each other no matter how much, but if you have that feeling sensation of fear, for example, even when holding someone's hand, the child is going to feel it, even when it is in sort of a baby stage. If you are reaching out your hand and you feel a fear, but you reach anyway because you believe that children needs physical touch, but you are afraid, the child is going to feel that. And that is how I feel. Like, the child is going to be terrified of any kind of physical interaction. And that I am that child to some extent. And like, yeah. So I'm just saying, like, I don't know how much more I can just sort of share about myself to make myself understood, because that's what I want. I want understanding. I want to be heard, to be seen, to be felt. Like, I can beg for all of these things. I can start crying, but as I have noticed, when I grew up, crying, screaming in anger, nothing I did, or better say, anything I did, they did not want to understand me. When I screamed in anger, they were not present. They were somewhere else. They did not want to understand me. I just had to follow them. I just wanted to run away, but I couldn't. I would die. I depended on them for my survival. So, and here's the thing too. Reverse all of these sort of things I have been through into the sort of positive end of the spectrum. What you get is one of the most caring beings around. One of the beings who want to be you close. I know this side of me, and it is intense. It is an unending curiosity to finding out who you are, to being close to you. Like, I want to be you close so much. But you reject me. Like, why? Why don't you want me to be close to you? I just want to, you know? Like, I did that with my parents, and I noticed that they don't want it. They didn't want it because of fear. They were afraid. And this goes for every being. They are afraid and unwilling to face uncomfortable situations. But this is who I am. Because of my curiosity and wanting to get beings close, it is going to feel uncomfortable when I do this. Like, that's why I was born, to make you feel uncomfortable. But okay, that sounded weird, but I like want to like get you close, and sometimes it is just blissful. Like, you can't imagine how blissful this is. Like, you always feel a sense of someone wanting to be close to you. You always get a sense of someone is running around you, just having fun, being, like, just wanting to be in your presence. And that is sort of the bliss I can offer. But no one wants that. Like, sure, when they say, well, everyone wants that, of course. Well, duh. But everyone just want to grab onto that bliss and just, no, feel this bliss all the time. Or I'm just gonna fucking leave. What kind of being is that? Like, what kind of unconditionality is that? None. That is none unconditional. Yeah, You know what? Screw it. I am just gonna ramble on. And feel free to listen or not, but I just feel like talking. I mean, just the act of being without judgment. Like, if you have any sort of trigger of anything, like, especially if it is unintegrated, like, if your aspect of sort of just, yeah, let's take the physical touch, for example. If you are afraid of touching someone, your energy, like, is going to be somewhere else, being that afraid, because it is somewhere else. Like, so when you are getting closer and closer and closer, like, that fear, that insane fear of just freaking out, and you are powerless to do anything about it. Like, you can't do anything. It's like, and babies, of course, need this physical closeness. Babies are raised to feel this terror of others. Well, in my case, it was sort of like this paranoia of the world is out to get me. I have been through so much, and everyone else can say the same about themselves as well. But I'm just telling you, I relate to beggars on the street, crack addicts, or any addict in general who just want to distract themselves. I have been through, I played video games 24/7 and watched TV series 24/7 several years back. and I have come from it. I don't do that anymore. Well, I might, because I'm so freaking bored of this world. I mean, everywhere I go, what I want is unappreciated. The kind of being I am is unappreciated, especially in this Swedish culture. Like, feeling uncomfortable is extremely avoided. Like, beings here in this culture, they avoid uncomfortable feelings, they defend themselves, they want to have this facade or face to be good, to always have a happy smile, happy and nice and joyful, always. They want to be this perceived as good. But when I get close to them, they're gonna feel uncomfortable. Why? Because I'm gonna knock at your door and perceive you as you are. And if that, depending on that facade, you won't be able to hide it because of this openness I just mentioned. Like, I am going to, like, to me, it would be like a huge blob of paint just right on top of my plain sheet. Like, and to me, that feels a huge sort of pressure. No, I'm curious though, if I'm sensitive enough to sense if I can feel them feel me. That might, well, yeah, I believe I can. Actually, I believe so. Or, yeah, again, I'm unsure. I haven't trained these sensings. Well, and like, yeah, I'm just so tired. I am tired of. I am tired of always, being almost feeling so alone in my own inner world. But then you say, oh, just go out and share it already. With who? Nobody wants it. Like, you may live in a country where that is okay, but in Sweden it is not. Like, we want to be good, we want to be perceived as nice and happy. And it's telling you, like, going out with anything than that is perceived like as bad here. Like, it is avoided. Like, people here, when they see beggars on the street, they just go, no, no, no. Sometimes literally like that. They don't want to face it. They don't want to sort of face their own reflection of being like that. And I'm just saying that, like, I am the perfect being to be born here. Like, in time, I would most likely express myself explosively. Not in a violent way, but in a huge way. A way that it is noticed. Because I want that recognition. I want that acknowledgement of what I have done, what I have been through, and what I have done to, come back from it or out of it as much as I have. And I believe Teal is one of those few beings who can actually genuinely validate me as I am. Like, she has seen me once at the Oslo workshop. And, but she can see anyone pretty much any time with her abilities, if I call them that. But, and that is why I am so wanting to talk to her again. Because I want that genuine acknowledgement, because she has seen me once and I want to be seen again. I have sort of taken her as sort of a parent, but then you say, oh no, no, validate yourself, validate yourself. There are so many beings on this earth. Why are you even here if you're not to interact with anybody? Like, seriously. But I'm telling you, I have done that. I have done so much self work, much more than most ever will. Like, I can tell you, like, it is insane how much self work I am doing almost on a daily basis. It is my life. And I get invalidated for it. Like, when I go out into the world, like beings who have not done their self work on themselves or not have that as an interest, they won't acknowledge me because it is out of their interest. It is so hurtful. And even if they have health as an interest, they might be more or less physically focused. Like, I am not like that. I am not here to be physically focused. I am here to bridge you to the more feeling aspect of it. I am more feeling oriented. Always. Like, otherwise, I wouldn't even be on this path of feeling if I couldn't feel. But no, I am on this path of feeling and being that open. And thus, that is the path I'm going to follow. I'm going to follow the path of feeling, and then, oh yeah, good for you, yay, maybe, yeah, like, yeah, I'm not even, I just feel like, no, just no, just no. I am simply not going to acknowledge that. I mean, no. You don't care. Like, people don't actually admit that to themselves because they want to perceive themselves as good. But I am telling you, you have got to admit to where you are. And sometimes some deep beliefs are just like that. At some places, you simply don't care because your parents, in your other beings in your environment, your caretakers, did not care at some points. This I can guarantee. We are all human beings after all, and some areas of life we simply do not care about. Like, and we have got to be seriously honest about it, or we are going to pretend to care when we deep down don't. We have to admit to areas in life we simply do not care in, to allow them to be there, instead of just going, oh yeah, I am like this, I am like this, yo, yeah, yeah, I can, I care, yeah. It feels so hectic and fake. I want to believe though that I do want to care. I care. And even if that is fake, if I did not care, I would have taken my own life years ago. But I didn't. And I'm still alive, wanting to care, wanting to get closer to me and to you. Thank you for watching.